How y'all doing? It's been a while. I'm trying to get back on track with the Motivated series, but I thought I would take an opportunity with this video to really catch you guys up on what has taken place, because a lot has taken place with the bike. And I'm not even sure. Well, I was using a GoPro camera, and I walked in my office one day and it literally just fallen apart. I knew it had been dropped, or I probably dropped it, and it actually still works. But I found what I'm using now, and I always like to go back to, I call him my buddy, even though I've never met him. His name is Mark, and their channel is called Keep Your Daydream. Keep Your Daydream. And I plug them all the time because nice couple out there in an RV running around the countryside, just having a good old time with their children, and just an alternate lifestyle, which is pretty appealing. It's pretty appealing to me. So I don't know, maybe when I grow up I'll do the same thing, but who knows. But one of the things he always says is start where you're at, or start with what you got, or whatever. So I'm on a Galaxy Note 5 is what I'm filming this on right now, and I like it because, you know, I can see what I'm filming. Big deal. All right, so I thought I'd just take you through what's happened with the bike up to this point. I'll tell you, then I'm going to show you, and kind of a short video today, but the bike's 90% done. As you heard in the last video, you could hear it running, but I need what's called a throttle wheel, and there's a part that sticks out, and that part that sticks out comes up against a screw. And if you move that screw up or down, it's what controls the idle speed of the bike. Well, no one worked on this bike but me, so when I was sitting right here and tore that carburetor apart, that throttle wheel sticky out thing, I lost it. Simple as that. I lost it. I don't know where it is. I got to find it. So I'll find that, and then, you know, get this thing to idle, because it'll run, but when I get to the stoplight, it cuts off sometimes. And that's a pain, because I did something else. You know, usually on a bike you can, you know, compress the clutch and you can start it up in any gear. You can't do that on this bike. I've got to be in neutral. So it's something that I have to work on like that. I had to pause the video because Sabrina was looking at me crazy. I guess she wanted to know who I was talking to. So got to get that resolved on the bike. But I want to just take a minute out and kind of show you. The bike's running. I had to put it into a place called it's a cycle repair shop. I even told Alan back at Choice Motorsports I cheated on him. But I did everything I could with that carburetor. Come to find out, the intake manifolds, which are rubber on a motorcycle, they had holes in them. So carburetors work off of the suction, which is what pulls the fuel down into the cylinders. And if you got these air holes all over the place, you're not pulling the fuel down in there. So, and then the idle control, it opens up that air intake just a little bit so that you have enough air coming into the carburetor. All right, sorry about that. So I had to take it off. They actually took the carburetor, and he says he boiled it out. I don't know what that means. I guess they boil it, put it in some hot fluid, and it cleans up all the crap that was in the jets and all that stuff right there. So enough of that. So I got it back, runs, sounds good, but one of the issues that I'm having with the bike is there were exhaust leaks. Now, I have right here a pipe. This is the exhaust pipe off the front cylinder of the bike. Now, I modified this years ago. It used to be right here. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a seam right there, which I did. I put that in, and then there's another seam right here, right up in there, and I put that seam in there because I wanted to extend the pipes out the back of the bike. Okay, so I wanted to change, because originally both of the pipes were on the same side of the bike, and I changed it so that I have a muffler on each side of the bike. I'll show you that in just a second. Well, I don't know if it's something that I did. I don't think it is, but I had exhaust leaks, and I didn't have those before, but the bike did sit up for five, 6 years, so maybe it just rotted out. The problem is, on this piece right here, the exhaust leaks are inside this inner pipe right here. Now, if you look at this, there's no way here to get that off. I can't slide this off of the actual exhaust pipe. This chrome piece right here is decoration. So if you look, you see this black stuff sticking out right here. This is a muffler patch is all that it is, or an exhaust pipe patch. And I have manipulated them up into here. There's 3 of them so far, but I only have a little bit left over. So I'm gonna, this part you see right here that doesn't have the patch on it, so I'll take another piece of this and I'll put it across like that, and I will, you know, manipulate it up. And what will happen is it'll go up and it'll come on around this curve. Now, my thoughts are, when I do that, it will, this stuff, when it gets hot, it contracts and it melts around the exhaust pipe, and I'm hoping that's going to seal those leaks, because it sounds terrible. And it may, well, I don't know if it sounds terrible. It sounds terrible to me because I remember what the bike sounded like before. Okay, so as I said, this is the exhaust pipe. So let's go over here to the bike. And I don't know if I've shown it to you, but that's, as I stumble across my garage, but that's what it looks like now. Everything's put together. It's working, it sounds good, but I've got it torn down a little bit right now, because if you see this hole right here, that's my exhaust coming out, and that pipe comes down, this pipe here, and it comes down and it runs along the side all the way down here, and it goes into here. Okay, so right now the leak part is right here, and you hear this popping noise, and it is so doggone annoying that I just can't stand it. So I've got to get that figured out. That's my dilemma right now. What I've done on the actual bike, though, is if I come around here, so the gas tank, the original gas tank, which this is not the original gas tank, this was a purple tank that I was able to get from the guy that repaired the bike, and I sanded it down and painted it. You can see right here the new speedometer. That's not the stock when it was round and it was analog. This one's digital, and by the way, I don't have it working. This piece right here is a converter. It converts from the analog, which is the little cable that turns, which is pretty traditional, and that converts over to this digital signal that comes into here. But no matter where I go, I'm going 199 miles an hour. So there's some calibration that needs to take place. On the bike, if you look down here, you see these switches, all right? And what I'm doing with those is pretty simple. These are headlights, and then I also have some neon lights up front. These switches here are going to control all my ground effects and my LEDs that I'm going to have all over the place. And this will have to do with the charging system, because one of the things I'm working on right now is getting it to where I can charge this bike while it's moving. I don't know if I can do something with the stator. You'll notice these 2 gauges right here, which simply tell me the status of the 2 systems, the 2 electrical systems that are on the bike. One is for the stereo, and then of course in this bag back here, if you remember from before, I'm putting the amps in there, and then in this bag over here will be 2 12-volt batteries wired parallel, so I can have a little bit more depth. Not exactly sure where all my LEDs are going to go at this point, but I know I'm going to have a bunch of them on here. You can't really see it, but if you look right here, you see this white thing. Now that goes all the way around here, and it lights up white. So it starts right here, and it comes all the way around. It's it barely pokes out, which is what I want. But what happens is when I turn this on, it's bright white. Okay, and when it comes on, when I put my turn signal on, it turns orange, and it goes like this, and it goes back and forth. So that's going to look pretty cool. You notice this piece I have right here holding the headlights in. I've actually been going to Michael's. Yep, Michael's, where you buy fabric. And what I'm going to do with this is cover it with a piece of leather or pleather. And I'm going to emulate this design, which I just love. Let me take this off. I think I can set it right here. So I love this right here. So if you look back on the bike, that really pops, that black leather piece with the studs. So I'm going to continue that theme, that black leather, but I'm going to have to custom make some of that stuff. And I want to come down. I want to come down here with the black leather and up. So I'll have studs going along here. I'm going to do that on both sides. I've ordered lights that are going to go in this crease, which are red unless I put a tungsten on, and they too are going to sequence or whatever that's called. I want to put some leather attachments across here with the studs. I'm thinking about doing something around here. So I'm not going to go crazy with chrome, but because of the burnt orange and the black, I just really like that. Now, all this up here is going to be, I'm going to have to do the same snaps around there, because think about it, I got to cover this up in case it rains. And you ride a bike long enough, you will get caught in the rain. So where the subs are up here, I'm going to cover that up with, and I'll have the snaps going around so it'll look good. And I'm thinking about just bringing them around like, sorry. I'm going to bring those snaps, the leather piece around, and I want to bring them around like here somehow. So this will all end up being the same look as that. Just don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but those are my thoughts. So old girls come out looking pretty good. Sounds good. And let me just show you real quick. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because there's no light down there. But let's see what we can see. Well, you can't see it. But right here is this idle control screw right here. And long story short, it's just not working the way that I need it to work. So there you have it. There's an update on the bike. Got a lot done in the past few months, and I do apologize for not getting the videos out, but life just takes over sometimes, and you know, when the life thing takes over, you just can't get things done that you want to get done. So but that's the update for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll try to get them coming out more. Getting ready to go to Daytona tomorrow for Biketoberfest. I was out today and saw all kinds of bikes on the road. So some of the people that I have followed, I hope to see them down there. Tolleson Life is one. I hope to bump into them, but if I don't, that's cool too. I'm sure him and his brothers will ride down from Atlanta. It's another channel I'd encourage you guys to watch. Pretty cool little channel. So anyway, that's going to be it for today, and I will tune you guys in when I put this exhaust pipe back on, because I think that's gonna be pretty cool if I can get that thing to work the way that I want it to work. So all right guys, take care and be safe.